I recently finished up the visual novel Umineko, and I want to talk about my favorite character, Erika Furudo. She is a great character for a lot of reasons. She is a great waifu, and and I'm going to start saying the reasons why I like her in this video. So be warned. Okay, reason one: we are introduced to her as an intelligent detective character who was kind of Bern Castell's game piece in Game 5. And, well, first of all, she comes to Rokenjima with... She was cast off of a ship floating to somewhere and kind of just drifts to the island. That's kind of just hilarious in itself. But, yes, she makes the 19th person on Rokenjima. And the point of her character is to be a detective who is definitely, most certainly not murdering people, and who can kind of witness things as if they are truth, on par with the red truth, in fact. So, we go through part 5, and at first, Erika seems very competent, and especially socially competent. At the dinner table, she kind of leads the conversation to make it not awkward, and just to be funny in general. We find out that she has a deep affection for chopsticks. This is also a great tidbit to add because although it's not necessarily contributing to the main plot, it is really quite necessary and a great thing to put in there because it's like in any slice of life stuff, it's great to just add these details that make the characters feel more interesting, lovable, and unique. So it was cool to see that. And, okay, but then we start getting to the detective part. So yes, she is very intelligent. She solves the epitaph of the Golden Witch almost instantly. And, well, of course, looking at some maps from the library. And after she solves it, they're basically all her and the rest of the family is together in the grandfather's study, Kinzo's study, and Erika is trying to prove that Kinzo does not, in fact. Well, the main thing this is important. She is trying to prove that Kinzo could not have been in his study the night before when Natsuhi put him to bed, and. This is interesting because we already know that Kinzo had died, and he was not alive at the start of any game. But the characters don't know that. Well, Natsuhi and Cross and some of the servants do. But the other characters don't know that. And, this is the thing. So, is it important that Erika proves Kinzo wasn't in the study the night before when Natsuhi said he was? It could be because, well, they do want to expose the fact that Kinzo is dead, right? That would be the logical purpose of what is going on here, why they would prove that. But Erika is not so much concerned with proving that Kinzo was dead. She just sees this as a logic puzzle that she wants to solve because this is what she lives for, is just like solving these puzzles. And this kind of touches on the rest of the scene. So how the scene ends is basically Battler kind of jukes them all out, and he finds a way that Kinzo could have escaped the room by jumping from the window to his death or not. But they all think that, yes, if you jumped out the window, you would definitely die. So, but then he said, it doesn't matter because all we were proving is that Kinzo could escape the room and that Natsuhi wasn't lying. We're not proving anything about whether Kinzo was alive or not. And that parallels what Erika is doing because it comes down to this logic battle was completely meaningless But it was a great scene. It was probably one of my favorite scenes in the entirety of Umineko. Um, and yeah, that's the thing about Erika is she just wants to, you know, do this stuff, do these logical. She wants to outsmart people and be a detective and just, you know, use her intelligence to solve problems. Uh, but she kind of lost sight of the bigger purpose, and this is reflected also later down the line when she just gets into a fight with the 12-year-old Maria or the 10-year-old Maria about like a witch hiding candy in her hand and just doing sleight of hand versus that being magic. And Erika is vehemently denying that it was magic to the point where she made Maria just bawl crying. Um, like she has no regard for anything outside of the puzzle, really. Uh, I mean, she just doesn't care that she made Maria cry, and yet her insane tendencies are revealed the more and more it progresses. Especially in the wedding scene where she's getting married to Battler, and she tries to, like, make him her slave or something. She has a big complex, let's say, which is just why I love her character so much. She has many complexes. She has one towards her master, Berncastel, as well. She just, like, wants Berncastel to acknowledge her. And I think she wants other people to acknowledge her as well. Which is just kind of... her character reminds me of the Yandere character, like, almost just going insane, but also capable of this almost insane kind of love, like a deep love, but it's kind of really messed up. Like, this is brought up when the person who wrote this, Ryukishi07, did not have to he did not have to put in this, you know, all this backstory about how Erika had a previous, like, boyfriend or something. She mentions her previous boyfriend a couple of times. And you'd think, well, why does he have to put that in there? But it just makes her character so hilarious and great. Because she was clearly not over her previous, you know, love interest, because she basically, how that relationship must have ended is that she says, well, Battler says to her, without love, it cannot be seen. Perhaps referring just to the love of a mystery novel in general and how the reader and the person who wrote it kind of have a relationship of trust, or perhaps referring to something else. But in either case, Erika says, no, that's the opposite. With love, it cannot be seen. Because apparently, like, her boyfriend may have cheated on her or something. And so love would blind you to the cheating. Because if you love the person, then you would assume that they're not cheating on you. Yeah, so her character is just really... I feel like she would just be a perfect insane girlfriend. And it was I like it. It was just hilarious. She was a giant meme character, but she had all these great moments where it's like, and it relates back to, like, the overall themes of Umineko as well. Just the fact that it doesn't matter if you're proving this one point. Like, yeah, sure, they could have had small bombs in their food that blew them up and killed them, as Battler said to Beatrice in episode 4. Who cares? You know, this is the Schrodinger's box, man. And you're losing sight of what's important. You're losing sight of what is important to you if you fight these stupid logical battles that have no purpose. And that's why I like Erika's character.